From Stein Diamond on the campus of Brandeis University in Waltham, Mass. Welcome to another edition of Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Tonight, battle of first place teams as the Lexington Blue Sox at 6-2-1 face the Brighton Black Sox of the Yawkey League, first in the Yawkey at 7-5-1. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. The Blue Sox coming off a combined no-hitter of Mass Envelope of the Park League on Monday night, a 10-0 mercy rule finish in 6 innings. That was the third time that the Blue Sox have mercied an interleague opponent this season. Holding steady at first place in the ICL. Now it's 6-2-1, and they'll be taking on the first place Brighton Black Sox of the Yawkey League here tonight. I understand we have some connection issues with the broadcast right now. Deeply apologize for that, but we are doing our best given the conditions. First pitch, fired at exactly 8 o'clock on the dot, is outside. For ball one, we are underway with Ben Leonard as the DH leading off for the Blue Sox. Leonard swings at this one. Fly ball into right field, taking a few steps back towards the Brandeis Judges logos. The right fielder, St. Ange, for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down. Quigley, the starting pitcher tonight for the Black Sox. We'll give you some more details on his numbers in a little bit. First pitch to Charlie Walsh is outside for ball 1. The no-hitter by the Blue Sox on Monday night was the 5th for the Blue Sox since 2006 in the regular season. 1-1 to Charlie Walsh. Swings at the 1-1, grounds it slowly to the right side, fielded just outside the infield dirt in very shallow right field, and Charlie will reach for the first base runner of the ball game. Very slow rolling ball there, and accurate throw. At least would have had a chance. Not sure they would have had him anyway. I'm inclined to give that an E4, but right now, 1 on, 1 out for Nick Anderson. We'll take strike 1 on the outside corner. Now, Nick, as I mentioned the other night going into that game on Monday, all 12 of his RBIs came in a 2-game span in that Sun run against the Beacons and the Boston A's. He hadn't had an RBI before that or since until Monday night when he picked up 2 more ribbies, and he's still in front in the ICL, first in the ICL in that category, now at 14 ribbies. Hoping to tack on some more here against another interleague opponent. Check over at first, and Charlie was back diving. Runner goes, pitches up and away. Throw is to the shortstop side of the bag, and a stolen base for Charlie Walsh. He gets into scoring position. 2-1 is the count with 1 out here in the top of the first. Quigley comes set, and the pitch is outside, 3-1 to Nick Anderson. That'll catch the outside corner to fill the count. 3-2 to the Blue Sox number 3 hitter. On deck is Mitch McCabe. Breaking ball grounded to the right side as they'll at least get the runner over to third. On to first, 2 down now. It's a little bit of redemption there for the second baseman, Cachopa, and here is Mitch McCabe. Mitch getting the start in left field tonight. Got a runner 90 feet away with 2 down here on the top of the first. And that misses just low. 4-1. Give the full lineups for both teams once we get fully settled in here. I'll be down and away. Hitters count here for McCabe. He's been doing very well for himself early on his tenure here with the Blue Sox. Breaking ball, looked like a nice one to take a big rip at, but he let it go. Let something like that go all the way on 2-0. Proudly had the stop sign up there from Rick DeAngelis in the third base coach's box. Wasn't going to swing at it regardless. So 2-1, the count still to McCabe. Still a good spot here to bring home the first run of the ball game. Down away, and the count will move to 3-1. Again, aware of the connection issues right now with the stream, but we are recording the game in full in case the live recording is not up to snuff. But a swing and a miss by McCabe, and that fills the count with Giancarlos Ramirez due up next. Payoff pitch, here it comes. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 3 called. Looked like it was going to stay high there, but dropped in there the very last moment, and the side is retired, and the Black Sox do not pay for the error or the stolen base. And after half an inning, Blue Sox nothing, and the Black Sox coming up. So, now we got that out of the way. Let's tell you the full starting lineup for the Lexington Blue Sox. You saw Ben Leonard leading it off as the DH. It's Charlie Walsh at short. Nick Anderson in center. Mitch McCabe in left. Giancarlos Ramirez in right. Max Dushney behind the plate. Dylan Walsh at second. Josue Feliciano at first. And Anderson Jimenez rounding out the lineup at third. And Yeremy Pineda gets the start on the bump for the Blue Sox. As Pineda gets his warm-up tosses, give you the starting lineup for the Brighton Black Sox. Justine Makasima will lead things off at third, followed by Jonathan St. Ange in right. Kyle Cachopa at second. Ross Zamparelli rather, in center. Will Baker is at first. Teddy Chisholm is in left. We'll fill you in on the rest of the Black Sox lineup later on. But here is, again, Justine Makasimu to lead things off for the Brighton Black Sox against Yeremy Pineda. Oh and 1 to Makasimu. Down and away. A lot of aggression in the delivery from Pineda, as you can tell by the way his arm recoils as he delivers the ball. Especially the harder stuff, but the off-speed stuff, Makasimu out in front of that one. And the count will be 1-2. Outside, and that'll even the count at 2. Way outside. A little harder with that one than the breaking ball went down and away. And Makasimu swung and missed at, but he's gotten into a full count here, 3-2. As the first batter, the bottom of the first for the Black Sox. Battle of first place teams here, ICL and the Hockey League. Down and away, ball 4, it's a leadoff walk. So Makasimu draws the leadoff walk. Bring up the right fielder, Jonathan St. Ange. Once again, down and away. 1-0 to St. Ange. Everything's going that direction right now. Might be pretty easy to read Pineda if you're a Black Sox batter tonight. 1-0. That caught the outside corner for a strike. Dushny was ready to fire back to first to try and catch Makasimu napping, but ended up hanging onto the ball, and no advance by Makasimu. 1-1 the count to St. Ange. Pineda, former Royals farmhand, delivers outside, 2-1. And hitters count here for the Black Sox right fielder, St. Ange, who enters play with a .641 OPS and 3 ribbies. Does have 7 walks to 5 strikeouts this season. Looking to pick up number 8 here and potentially make it first and second to begin the night for the Black Sox offense. Makasimu inching off of first. He does not go, and that, once again, is outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks to begin the night for the Black Sox offense. Not an ideal start if you're the Blue Sox, hoping to pick up another interleague win. They've only dropped 1 interleague game so far, and that was that 3-hit combined shutout at the hands of TJO Sports of the Park League. And Dushny going out to actually have a word with Pineda right now. But otherwise, you look at the numbers that the Blue Sox have put up against their interleague opponents so far. You look at that 13-1 victory over the McKay Club Beacons, 13-0 over the Boston A's. Of course, on Monday night, 10-0 over Mass Envelope, but different animal here so far. Goose egg in the top half for the Blue Sox, obviously very early on, but can never underestimate the importance of a quick start as Sway pursuing this one into foul territory, but it drops for strike 2. An inside-out swing by Cachopa, the second baseman for the Black Sox. Kyle Cachopa, 1308 OPS in 11 games thus far with no homers but 10 ribbies. Runner goes for third. The pitch was called strike 3, and they got Makasimu at third, caught stealing. So a called strike 3, and then a 2-5 caught stealing. And it goes from a scary proposition of first and second, nobody out, to runner on first, 2 out for the cleanup man for the Black Sox. Zamparelli, the center fielder. Wow, that looked pretty good, but it is called a ball, and the count will be 1-1. Little chopper to the left side, fielded at third. Jimenez spikes the throw into foul territory, then it goes out of play. So St. Ange will be held at third. Two runners on once again for the Black Sox. Good throw. Probably would have gotten Zamparelli, so that'll be an E5, and St. Ange gets to third. And Baker, the first baseman, will try to cash in. Oof, awkward swing and miss there. Actually had to appeal there, but it looked pretty clear from here, and eventually he is rung up there for the first strike. So you got first and third, nobody, 2 out, and an inning that's seen 2 walks, strike him out, throw him out, double play at third base, and then an error by the third baseman, Jimenez, to prolong the inning. That's in the bottom half. This has been a excuse me. It's actually second, third. My mistake. I missed Zamparelli getting to second on that error, being awarded that. So the ball going out of play, I figured that was going to be part of it, but got a little too far ahead of myself there. My apologies. 2-1. Pineda working with a full windup, swung on into right field. Ramirez going towards the line into foul territory, makes the catch, and the side is retired, and both teams get out of tough jams there in the first inning. We are scoreless after 1. I know you folks can't see on the camera right now, but we got a bunny here at Stein Diamond. As much as I would like to bring my greyhound Tina to, everything, she would be ready to do the big chase if she was here right now, and we don't need that. We don't need to be down a dog or anything. Thanks very much. Monday night, Katrina and I celebrated our anniversary on this here YouTube channel, and Just continuing the theme, I guess. Because Adriana means that much to me, and so does Tina. Love you both. Top of the second, here is Giancarlos Ramirez to lead things off. No hits for either side, both sides leaving a base runner, or two in the case of the Black Sox. In that first inning, Ramirez watches that one drop low. Ball one. Ramirez, Dushney, and Dylan Walsh due up here in the top of the second. And Ramirez ahead in the count now. 2-0. Giancarlos wearing Pete Frates' number 3 jersey. And hope we get a big hit here like Pete always seemed to do for us. 2-1. Well, once again, no swing on a 2-0 from the Blue Sox. Big swing and a miss there, 2-2. Ramirez, as I've said before, is kind of an all-or-nothing kind of guy. He'll either send one 500 feet or might come up empty, but he's got the power to start this inning off in a big way. And able to watch that one go all the way down. I don't think it necessarily counts the Soto shuffle there, but it is 3-2. I mean, following the ball is one thing, but like literally right up close and personal. And that is on the inside corner for strike 3 called. And once again, a Blue Sox batter getting the bad news on the close pitch. And 1 up, 1 down to begin the top of the second. Here's the catcher, Max Dushney. Infield, normal depth here. Outfield straight away for Dush, who comes up empty there for strike 1. 0-1 is the count to the Blue Sox catcher. Dush, and then Dylan Walsh. If anyone gets on, Josue Feliciano. Quickly, Dush behind here, 0-2. Good spoil there by Dush. We'll see another one. We are behind home plate, as we usually are for a lot of these broadcasts. Not in the press box tonight above the third base dugout here at Stein Diamond, as that just misses low for ball 1. But I want to give a shout out to Brandeis SID Adam Levin for guiding me through the process here of setting up before we got to this game. I emailed him a few weeks ago to just ask him about how to, best set this up, and there you go. He actually suggested that I should set up at the bleachers a little further up the hill behind me, but. Creature of habit, right? Applies to baseball players and baseball broadcasters, apparently. Here is Dylan Walsh, the second baseman. And by the way, if the name Adam Levin sounds familiar, a sports information director from Waltham, Mass. I can't really do a Johnny Gilbert impression, but he is the gentleman who gave James Holzhauer the scare of his life during his Jeopardy winning streak a few years ago. And we'll touch more on that after that, as that's a fly out to left for a 1-2-3, top of the second, scoreless after a buck and a half. So to finish up, he gave Adam Levin gave James Holzhauer a run for his money and ended up posting the highest runner-up score in regular play in the history of Jeopardy. 53,999 was his score, I believe, and James had to outlast him to the very end and keep his streak going through, you know, what does a guy who works in sports media know anything about Jeopardy? Well, James is a professional sports gambler and one of the best to ever do it. But, you know, with the advent of the second chance tournaments and the, you know, the Jeopardy postseason, more than just being the Tournament of Champions every year, I've been an advocate for, you know, Adam Levin getting a chance in one of the second chance tournaments, but not really like what we've seen so far from the second chance tournaments that have been held. I feel like for his performance specifically, he should get a bye into the finals, like Ken Jennings in the Ultimate Tournament of Champions all those years ago. I mean, like only 11 other people, Holzhauer included, have ever posted a score higher than what Adam posted in that one game. In a regular play game. The fact that one of them did it 2 podiums away that very night, tough break. But hopefully he'll get his shot at redemption soon. All right, back to baseball. Stick to sports. Loudmouth, yeah, I get it. I will do no such thing. Here is Chisholm, the left fielder, who just caught the last out of the top half this inning. And watches ball 1 here. 1-0 the count, no score from Stein Diamond on the campus of Brandeis University in Waltham, Mass. Blue Sox and the Brighton Black Sox battle of first place teams, the Intercity and Yawkey League respectively. And Chisholm picks up our very first base hit of the ball game. Leadoff single. So for the second consecutive inning, the Black Sox get the leadoff man on. Now, can they cash in is the question. Weren't able to in the the bottom of the first. And got the first 2 on by the base on balls, and then strike him out, throw him out, double play, and then a fly out to right, putting it into those dreams. That bunt going a long way foul and out of play, in fact, for strike 1 to Okamoto, the catcher. Have a delay here. Sway was going over to get the foul ball, I guess, and it is 0-1 to the Brighton catcher. By the way, Sway's son taking some batting practice with the Blue Sox before the game tonight as well. I guess he's not the only second generation, the only new father-son combo teammates in sports today, as Bronny James got picked up as everyone expected by the Lakers in the second round of the draft today. 1-2 will be the count to Okamoto. Morin due up next, the shortstop. Off the end of the bat into right field. Late break here by John Carlos, but able to make the catch. Throwing back to first, but back in time is Chisholm. So just the 1 out on the fly out to right. A little looper off the end of the bat. And 1 down here in the bottom of the second. There's more in the shortstop. Just getting our first hit of the ball game just now. Thanks to Chisholm leading this one off. The base hit up the middle, and that'll be down away for ball 1 to Morin. Only Blue Sox base runner to this point is Charlie Walsh, reaching on an error by the second baseman in the top of the first. Throw back to first, the back pick unsuccessful. Great bid there by Dushney. On target, but once again, Chisholm sneaking in there by the skin of his teeth, much like he did on that fly out to right, getting back before he could be doubled off. Pineda looking in for the sign from Dushney, comes set. Pitch, Chisholm does not go, and it is up and away for a ball. 3-1 is the count. Designated hitter for the Black Sox. Due up next, and that would be Ben Euclid. There's a strike to fill the count. 3-2. see Chisholm go here on this 3-2. He does. Pitches, strike three, called on the outside corner, throw down to second. Do they do it again? They did! He's second, strike him out, throw him out, double play in 2 innings for the Blue Sox. This one ends the inning. We're through 2, still scoreless. We'll go to the top of the third, and Josue Feliciano will lead things off for the Lexington Blue Sox. Scoreless through 2 in a battle of first-place teams. Blue Sox leading the ICL, the Black Sox leading the Hockey League. And Sway reaching after that one, fouls it off for strike 1. Feliciano, Anderson Jimenez, and Ben Leonard due up here in the top of the third for the Blue Sox. Quigley gets him to ground. This one through the left side, and it is through for a base hit. Leadoff single for the Blue Sox. First time they have the leadoff man aboard tonight, and their first base hit of the ball game. So Sway with a leadoff single. And here is Anderson Jimenez. Jimenez can lay one down or smack one down the line equally well. Let's see what the Blue Sox like to go with here. He's not squaring, and it is outside for ball 1. Always crucial, as I say, to get the leadoff man on, get the pitcher working from the stretch sooner, and get him out of his rhythm sooner. Breaking ball went high, and the throw back to first. No tag applied as first baseman Baker had to go into foul territory to make sure they didn't go up the line. So another hitter's count here for the Blue Sox, 2-0. Anderson's going to lay one down, and it will stay fair and go into right field. It'll be a base hit for Jimenez, as he had beaten the throw anyways, but the offline throw will result in the error that gets Sway to third. So first and third to begin the top of the third for the Blue Sox, and the lineup turns over for Leonard. I don't know if you noticed this, folks, but the baselines here in front of the bases are grass and not dirt. And the grass slowed it down there and kept that ball in fair territory, where dirt might have given a little extra, a little less friction there and might roll foul. Could be a big difference. We'll find out. 2-0 is the count to Leonard. So you got Feliciano at third, Jimenez at first, and once again, a 2-0 count here Can Leonard capitalize and bring home the first run of the ball game? Quigley's been sharp through the first two, but in some heat right here. Can get out of it. Oof. He has snuck a 2-0 breaking ball in for a strike a couple of times tonight, but not there. And that'll make it 3-0 to Leonard. Oof. Probably would have been ball 4 there. But I think the Blue Sox have grown tired of standing pat on 2-0 or 3-0. Jimenez runs on that one. It's fouled off, and the count will be full. 3-2. Do you do it again here on 3-2? I mean, it's a swing, and if it's a ball, obviously you'll see Sway freeze at third, but we'll see what happens. Oh, throw back to first, and back safely is Jimenez. Blue Sox have already tried one double steal this season, but resulted in Anderson getting cut down at home, trying to what would have been the tying run, then a 1-0 ball game against TJO. But eventually, Leonard coaxes the walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And time is called. So we'll have a visit to the mound and see how the Brighton Black Sox are going to get out of this bucket of syrup. I do appreciate at least one of you voting for the joke answer in our Who You Got poll, but right now, 6 of the 8 votes at this point are for the Lexington Blue Sox. Well, bases loaded, nobody out, 2 singles, an error, and a walk, and Charlie Walsh with a chance to break the ice here. Outside for ball 1. There's the strike Quigley's been looking for. And the count is even at 1. Fouled off. The count will be 1-2. Quigley making his 4th appearance of the season. 8.27 ERA and an 0-2 record, but not showing any ill effects so far in this one, but he's got a 1-2 count. Little comebacker, bobbled by Quigley. Little come home, and they'll get the tag on Sway as the throw to the catcher was a little high, and he wasn't going to come down for the force. And to slap the tag on Sway, and it is a fielder's choice. 1-2. That makes it now bases loaded, 1 out. Well, not the worst outcome there, obviously, if you're a Black Sox fan. But now here is Nick Anderson. One and 0 is the count to Nick. Grounded out to second. His first time up. So now Charlie Walsh has reached twice, but is 0 for 2. Reaching on an error, and then that fielder's choice just now. Foul tip. 1-1. That's in the dirt, goes to the backstop, coming home to score the game's first run on the wild pitch is Anderson Jimenez, 1-0. So 2-1 count, 1-0 our score. Infield comes in here with Leonard at third and Walsh at second. 2-1 to Anderson, once he got in store for us here. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-2, and you can live there right now if you are Christian Quigley. You'll take strikes at that spot all night if you're going to be in these kind of jams. Little dribbler off the first base liner, rolls foul, and Anderson still had his bat in his hand and came very close to making contact with the ball there as he was running up the line. So we'll stay at 2-2. So we've had our first 2 hits of the ball game for the Blue Sox. Anyways, we have our first run. Anderson trying to cash in here. 2-2 with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. A little chopper to second. That'll freeze the runner at third, and he'll throw on to first for out number 2. So Anderson, once again, grounds out to second, and he is now 0 for 2. And it will be up to Mitch McCabe. It was 0 for 1. Blue Sox want to put a crooked number up here. They're loading the bases with nobody out to begin the inning. McCabe comes up empty. I'm just trying to make a crooked number, but maybe a crooked baseball there. And it is 0-1. Misses inside. And the count will be 1-1. That misses outside. 2-1. That's down low. 3-1 the count. Oh no, Katrina says there are fireworks in Fitchburg, as there often seem to be, and I don't know why. Tell them the Queen said no, dear. 3-1. That'll be low for ball 4, and I promise we will adjust the iris in just a moment. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that now. Well, no, wait, I guess. I'll do it between innings, that's for sure. Here is John Carlos Ramirez. Bases loaded. 2 down. Popped up. Oh, boy. Sometimes hard to figure this out, where the safe zone is for this stuff. Oh, 0-1 the count to John Carlos. Struck out looking his first time up in the second. Hits this one to the left side. Nice pick on the backhand by the shortstop on to first. The side is retired. Black Sox end up only allowing just the 1 run. And we're through 2.5, 1-0 Blue Sox. All right. Let's try and make sure that we're going to get our connection back at full strength here. The darkness had affecting the picture quality so much that would have been the thing that did it. Let's see. No idea, but just trying my best, folks. Let's do anything. All right. Well, regardless, we are recording the entire game, so if the live recording is not satisfactory, we'll post the local recording afterward. 1-0 our score. Blue Sox on top of the Black Sox. Oh, well, Ben Youkilis up in the OBP, as Youkilis is due, I guess. Or Ukuli, as I believe Kevin said, is actually the plural of his surname the other night. Well, hit by pitch to begin the bottom of the third. Ben Youkilis reaches, and Makasimu bending out of harm's way there for ball one. That'll hit the outside corner for strike one. 0-1 is the count. Hoping we're in the clear now with the stream connection. Better to use a dedicated hotspot device than just your cell phone, that's for sure. But 1-2 the count to Makasimu. Off the bottom of first with a walk, was caught stealing at third as the first of so far two strike him out, throw him out double plays by the Blue Sox defense. And a foul tip not held on to behind the plate by Dushny, and we'll do it again at 1-2. So we got a runner at first in Ben Youkilis, hit by a pitch to begin the inning. 1-0 our score. The lone run scored by Anderson Jimenez on a wild pitch. Blue Sox loading the bases to begin the top half this third with nobody out. And now a wild pitch is going to put Youkilis in scoring position. 2-2 is a count. Tying run now in scoring position for Justine Makasimu. Youkilis gets to second on the wild pitch after reaching on the hit by pitch. Pineda looks at second and comes home with it. He hit him again. Oof. That'll look to be in a tough spot there because Makasimu is down. I think it got him in maybe the hip, but hip or maybe the small of the back, but not a good spot regardless of where he got plunked, but hope he's okay. And, well, obviously not ideal to hit the first two batters of the inning. On the first one, the second one on a two-strike count with a runner in scoring position. Need those outs. Need to preserve this 1-0 lead. Blue Sox getting their money's worth here from the Brighton Black Sox. They have been very good against interleague competition so far. Only loss was that 5-0 shutout at the hands of TJO of the Park League, but in a bind right now. Tying run in scoring position as this is grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Youkilis will be held at third. The throw back to second. They did not get Makasimu. He got back there. And now it's the Black Sox's turn to have bases loaded, nobody out. So Jonathan St. Ange picks up the base hit, and it's bases loaded, nobody out, with the heart of the order now coming to the plate for the Black Sox. Here's Cachopa, the second baseman. Takes just high for ball one. Cachopa struck out looking his first time up. That was the first half of that strike him out, throw him out double play, then where they got Makasimu at third. Right now you got Euclid at third, Makasimu at second, and St. Ange at first. There's 6-4-3. Euclid does score from third to tie the game, but the Blue Sox, it's early enough, and only ties the game. I'm sure they won't mind trading the run for the 2 outs in that situation. But 2 down, and now a runner at third, Makasimu. And we are back to where we started. No RBI for Cachopa in that situation. And here is Ross Zamparelli, strike one. Ross reached on an error his first time up. So the Blue Sox get their first run and their first hit in the top half. Black Sox equalize, now looking to take their first lead of the ball game with the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but an 0-2 count to the Black Sox center fielder. 6-4-3, went that double play. Pineda with a chance to get out of this. Little grounder to the left side, charging, and it's booted by Walsh. It goes into center field, and Makasimu scores the go-ahead run. 2-1 Black Sox. On an 0-2 count, relatively routine grounder there to short. Charlie Walsh tried to scoop it, and it kicked off his wrist there, trying to scoop it up, and the Black Sox have the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. No RBI. That is an E6 all the way. Grounder to third. This one scooped by Jimenez. Throw to first. That one is in time for the out that retires the side to retire. Will Baker, but the Black Sox take the lead with 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We are through 3. Black Sox 2, not 289. Black Sox 2, Blue Sox 1. Well, you might have just heard the wind blowing out in my microphone. Breeze going out towards right field, looks like right now, and feels like that. It sounds like, in fact. Just want to make sure that was a camera, not a flash of lightning. We already had some pretty big storms last night. Yeah, that was a camera. All right. When we live in Fitchburg, my wife and I didn't avoided the worst of it, but I saw someone on Reddit share a screenshot of a National Weather Service alert that said, like, basic destructive winds of up to 80 miles an hour. That, looking at the radar track of that storm, looking at it just straight across the pike. Dushty swings to the first pitch at the top of the fourth, fly ball into right field and caught. One pitch, one out. And Quigley, after giving up just the one run, after the Blue Sox loaded the base with nobody out in the third, he is rewarded as the Black Sox score 2 in the bottom of the third and give him a lead as he's looking for his first win of the season. So, Dush is retired, F9, one pitch. And here is Dylan Walsh, who fouls off the first one for strike one. Walsh 0 for 1 with a flyout to left. That'll be a ball, and the count will leave it at 1. Blue Sox, again, loading the bases with nobody out to begin the third, but their only run, they scored on a wild pitch. Anderson Jimenez coming in on that one. Pop up into center field on the run. It took a bit of a turn there, and it dropped. And Walsh gets to second. Well, on Monday night, Nick Anderson, his two ribbies came on a triple that the right fielder completely lost. This one, the center fielder for the Black Sox, Zamparelli, he was pursuing it, but again, we had that breeze earlier and not feeling it back here right now. We must have got caught in something up there because it took a turn away from him as he was pursuing. It looked like he had our beat on it, but Walsh is in scoring position, and Sway, ooh, that is a brutal breaking ball there, and it is strike one. Sway with a single leading off the top of the third his last time up. 1 for 1 is the veteran. Tells Dylan to hold up there at second base. And the count will be 1-1. Tying run, scoring position for the Blue Sox. And Sway looking to bring him home. Lines this one down the left field line, but a bit too far out in front. Talking to Sway, first game I saw him after the drubbing of the Boston A's. He had a home run in that game. So he's mad. He told me he was mad at me because I wasn't there to shoot to film it. It was like I didn't have been there before. I haven't seen any power sources there. It's like, nah, you just scared of the hood. Grounds this one. Nice snag at third, on to first for the out. It's actually the shortstop. My mistake. No, actually, that was the third baseman. Nakasumi. He was over towards the shortstop slot there and basically snow-coned that one on the hop to haul it in. And also freeze Walsh at second. Nakasumi moving over there, essentially in the shortstop slot when he got that ball. But is in fact a ground out to the third baseman. G5, you're scoring at home. So here's Jimenez. Makasimu again! He is putting on a show over there at the hot corner tonight for the Black Sox. Robbing the Blue Sox of 2 hits and at least 1 run there to keep it at 2-1 Brighton. We're halfway home. We move to the bottom of the fourth. And the first pitch, with the wind blowing out, swung on, flied into center field, but caught. To retire, Teddy Chisholm on just one pitch. Chisholm, Okamoto, and Morin due up here in the bottom of the fourth for the Black Sox, leading 2-1 over the Blue Sox. Okamoto with a fly out to right his first time up. Laces this one the other way, and that gets down for a base hit. Ramirez picks it up and fires it back towards first base, trying to catch him napping like he only tried once tonight, but base hit for Okamoto. And that is just the third hit of the ball game for the Black Sox. Scored their 2 runs last inning on just one hit. A couple of hit batsmen and an error mixed in there as well. Strike one to Morin, who struck out looking to end the bottom of the second. The front half of the second strike him out, throw him out double play in 2 innings, in the first 2 innings for the Blue Sox defense, but Blue Sox managed to, the Black Sox managed to find a crack in the Blue Sox defense last inning, get 2 runs, and take the lead for the first time here. 2-1 is the score. On the bottom of the fourth, 1 out, and 1-2 now is the count to Morin, with Ben Youkilis due up next. No RBIs on either of the, actually no RBIs on any of the runs tonight for either team. Youkilis scored in the back door on a double play, and then Makasimu scored his run on an error. Jimenez scored the only Blue Sox run on a wild pitch. 2-2 the count. That bounces to the plate. Dushney doesn't see it. It's over towards the Blue Sox dugout. A wide turn at second by Okamoto, but he will hold there. So a full count now to Morin. Runner in scoring position to try and extend this lead for Jake. For Matt. Jake at second, and Ben due up next. Pineda looks at second, comes home with a 3-2. Missed for ball 4. Now, against the Blue Sox lefties, Quigley was living in that spot, but not the spot to pick tonight, apparently, if you're trying to throw to a right-handed batter. So Morin's aboard for the first time with the walk, and here is Youkilis. Hit by the very first pitch of the bottom of the third, then eventually came around to score the tying run for the Black Sox. Pineda delivers, and that is low for ball 1. Got Okamoto at second and Morin at first. And now a hitter's count to the number 9 hitter, Youkilis. Never want to be falling behind the number 9 hitter in a crucial spot. Makasimu has been impacting this game on both sides of the ball, and he's due up next. Fouled into the screen, and that'll be strike number 1 on Ben Youkilis, the DH. Makasimu, as I said, has had a fine game so far, offensively and defensively. Up in the OBP as a walk and hit by pitch, scored the go-ahead run right now for the Black Sox. Throw back to first on the back pick, and Sway cannot believe they didn't get the call there. It is 3-1. Dushney I mean, he's already gotten 2 runners tonight, and he's come close a couple more times. And to be fair, so is Ramirez in right, trying to catch runners napping. Even one at second base earlier, and that is ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Well, here's the man of the hour if you are a Brighton Black Sox fan. Justin Makasimu with a chance to break this one open, but not before Rick DeAngelis comes out to the mound along with the entire Blue Sox infield. Sure, Sway's still not happy about not getting that out call in that last back pick attempt. The bases are loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Looks like we are going to have a pitching change. Rick, who we got? Pat McGowan? Okay. So Pat McGowan is going to take over on the mound for the Blue Sox to try and get him out of this jam. Veteran takes over for Pineda, who goes 3 1/3 and has so far allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base. McGowan is just making his 2nd appearance of the season. He threw 2 innings against the McKay Club on June 10th, walked 1, struck out 4, and did not allow a run. So again, here is Makasimu to try and potentially break this one open for the Black Sox. He's walked and been hit by a pitch and scored a run, and that's just his contributions offensively. You saw it just in the top half of this inning, a couple of Web Gem nominees. Up and in with a fastball. Makasimu is already taking a little bit of abuse tonight with some inside pitches. Got plunked by one obviously last time, then eventually came around to score the go-ahead run. Oof. I'm not sure who that got the worst of that. I think that was Dushney. And I'm also taking a chunk out of the home plate umpire, too. One and 2 the count to Makasimu with Okamoto at third, Morin at second, and Youkilis at first. A little looper into center. That will be caught for out number 2. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is offline, goes towards the backstop. No further advance by the runners other than the tag-ups. A sac fly and an RBI for Makasimu. Okamoto scores it as 3-1. All runners advance there, so Okamoto scored. Now Morin is at third, and Youkilis got from first to second. St. Ange takes strike 1. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Fouled off, and the count will be 0-2. A little bit of a dust devil right now in the shortstop area of the infield. And we'll be charged to Pineda, but McGowan hoping to Get out of dodge here. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Breaking ball in there for strike 3 called, and the side is retired. The Black Sox pick up 1 run on 1 hit, leave 2. We're through 4. 3-1, Brighton. Well, as we go to the top of the 5th, the Brighton Black Sox leading the Lexington Blue Sox 3-1. Quigley delivers the first pitch, swung on, fouled to the right and off the light tower, although probably not the light tower. I'm sure he would have liked to hit it off of, but Leonard is behind 0-1. Top third of the order due up here for the Blue Sox. Leonard, Walsh, and Anderson. Leonard 0 for 1 with a fly out to right and a walk. That'll be down for a ball, and the count will even at 1. Quigley has a little bit more of a cushion to work with here when he has fallen behind 2-1. Into the gap in right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Leonard taking the turn, heading for second as it rolls all the way to the wall, and he gets there with a stand-up double. Leadoff man in scoring position for the Blue Sox. Leonard picks up the extra base hit. First extra base hit of the night for either side. Second extra base hit, rather. Walsh with the double. My mistake. Second extra base hit. 4th hit so far for the Blue Sox. They are, in fact, out hitting the Black Sox at this point, 4-3, but trailing in the only stat that matters, the run column. 3-1, and Charlie Walsh swings over the top of that one. He's behind 0-1. Reach on error and stole a base his first time, and then reach on fielder's choice his second time. 0 for 2 is Charlie. Hits this one up the middle, and that is booted. Everybody is safe. I'll turn about as fair play, I guess, as far as Charlie's concerned. What? All right. Runners at the corners, nobody out to begin the top of the 5th for Nick Anderson. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to second. Hits this one into left field, and it is going to be caught. Throw coming to the plate is not in time. Sac fly and an RBI for Anderson. It is 3-2 as Leonard scores. RBI number 15 for Nick Anderson. The Blue Sox are within one now. It is 3-2 with one out. But with the runner at first, Black Sox are potentially one ground ball away from getting out of this with the lead still intact. Here's McCabe. Takes strike one. Mitch 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk on his lines to score so far. There's a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle where we expect John Carlos Ramirez looks to be Mrs. Vander Zouwen's baby boy as that pickoff attempt bounces to first. We've already seen some adventures over there on the right side of the infield tonight. So 0-1 is the count to McCabe. With Walsh at first, that'll be fouled off to make it 0-2. Leadoff double by Leonard, and then Walsh reaching on that error, getting Leonard over to third. And the sac fly by Anderson, getting the Blue Sox one closer. Walsh takes off. This is a little pop-up on the infield. That is caught by Makasimu, but no chance to double off Walsh, getting back to first, 2 down. With the wind swirling right now, that's a tough spot to be in if you're Walsh. It's not infield fly rule territory. You've already, taken off for a second. Now you basically have to get back to halfway to see if the wind carries it away from Makasimu, but he was able to stick with it and haul it in for out number 2. McCabe retired. Here is David Vander Zouwen. Oh, 1 is the count to VZ. And time granted to Vander Zouwen, waiting a long time on Quigley there. Throw back to first, and Walsh is back safely. 3-2 our score here in the top of the 5th. Battle of first place teams, the Blue Sox in first in the Intercity League and the Black Sox in first in the Yawkey League, and Makasimu. Who else, huh? Side is retired. The Blue Sox get 1, but are still trailing 3-2 after 4.5. All right, we go to the bottom of the fifth. David Vanderzoun out there in right field is anticipated. Pinch hitting for Giancarlos Ramirez. And a swing and a miss by Kyle Cachopa to begin the bottom of the fifth. Pat McGowan back out there on the mound for the Blue Sox. Over to second, and oh my goodness, this infield, I swear, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Dust Devils. I don't know if dirt is getting in guys' eyes, but this is a high incidence of errors tonight on the infield. Cachopa reaches. He's 0 for 3, but he's on base for the first time. Even the double play ground into last time, and at least brought home the go-ahead run for the Black Sox. Zamparelli fouling that one off for strike one. Count is 0-1. Fouled off, and the count will be 0-2. Gowan's ready to go. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off once again. Blue Sox striking first in the third with 1 run, but that was all they got after loading the bases with nobody out. Black Sox responded with 2 in the bottom of the third to take the lead. Extend the lead in the bottom of the fourth on a sac fly, and time granted here. Fouled off of the dish. We'll do it again. Swirling wind and something up with the infield, maybe caused by said wind. It's been a factor tonight. Fouled off the other way. Zamparelli battling here. He's 0 for 2, has reached twice on errors. This has got to be a season high for errors, at least as far as I can call the top of my head for the Blue Sox. It's any consolation, this is the only game they have to play here tonight. Don't think it's, really what you expect necessarily from this infield. Just maybe the field and the wind are just that much of a factor. Well, flare to right field. Did he catch it? He did. So I assume this is going to be a double play. The Black Sox are I'm trying to figure out if Cachopa got back in time. Vanderzoun, or did he reach? It looked like initially the out signal was made, but now the Black Sox told Cachopa stay on second, Zamparelli stay on first, and let's figure it out. Looked like the initial ruling was a catch by Vanderzoun and right. I was trying to gauge whether they were able to double off Cachopa at first, but yeah, it is a double play. It is a double play. Wow. The Black Sox not happy with that call, but that's a big one for the Blue Sox to get. They didn't even think Vander Zowen made the catch in the first place. Might have just trapped it. But a break for the Blue Sox there. And here is Will Baker with the bases empty and 2 outs. And he is behind 0-1. Now he swings and misses, and he's behind 0-2. In the top of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have Dushney, Walsh, and Feliciano due up. Well, broken back grounder to the right side, and Feliciano will step on first for the out. That retires the side. We are through 5, still 3-2, Brighton. New pitcher. All right, so we got a new pitcher to tell you about, folks, for the Brighton Black Sox. We'll tell you about as we set up the score bug for the top of the 6th. Yes, sir. Thank you. Gotcha. Got it. Thank you. Nick Riolis will take over on the mound for the Black Sox. He is making his second appearance of the season and first since May 28th against McKay. Got the win in 5 innings, allowed 3 hits and 1 unearned run and no walks while striking out 4. So Riolis takes over after 5 innings and just 2 runs allowed by Christian Quigley. By far, Quigley's best outing of the season, and hoping to pick up his first win against the Blue Sox, who finding themselves on the wrong end of this scoreline right now. We lost 1 interleague game to this point, but TJO's already blanked them 5-0, and Black Sox in this battle of first place teams in their respective leagues hoping to hang an L on the Blue Sox here. Here is Dushney to lead things off in the top of the 6th against the new Noodle. Ball 1 to Dush, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right. One 1-0 the count to Dush, followed by Walsh and Feliciano. And if anyone gets on, Jimenez. Well, looks like we have pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for Walsh's spot. 1-1 is the count now to Dush after that swing and miss. 0 for 2, strikeout, looking to fly out to right to this point for Blue Sox catcher. That is down and away. 2-1 is the count. Dush fouls this one off, evens the count at 2. Little chopper right back to the pitcher, fires on to first. 1 up, 1 down for the Blue Sox here in the top of the 6th. Dushney is 0 for 3. Here is the pinch hitter for the Blue Sox. name here. Brendan Smith. 1-0's the count. Off the end of the bat into left field, and that will be caught on the run. 2 down. Quick exit by Mr. Smith there. Here's Josue Feliciano, 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to third. The last couple of innings, Blue Sox trying to mount rallies. They've been stymied by the Black Sox third baseman over there, Justine Makasimu. Sway went around, says the home plate umpire, and the count will be 0-1. In the bottom of the 6th, the Black Sox will have Chisholm, Okamoto, and Morin due up. A swing and a miss by Sway, and the count will be 0-2. Will flare into center field, sinking fast, but caught on the run by the Black Sox center fielder, Ross Zamparelli. That is the second time that the Blue Sox have gone down 1-2-3 this game. No such luck for Blue Sox pitching and defense, though they have had 2 innings where they faced the minimum, just a couple of double plays mixed in. But the Black Sox, 3 defensive outs away from a big win over an interleague foe. We are through 5.5, 3-2, Brighton. It looks like we got a couple of changes for the Blue Sox we'll need to report to you. Like Hartley is on the mound now, Nate Hartley for the Blue Sox, left-hander. And I'll see if I can get the rest of the defensive changes. Just still Charlie at third. I'll try to get this to you as soon as I can. A second. Rick! 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 All right, well. Looks like Anderson's still out there now at second base, and is that Jake at third? Is that we have an all number 11 left side of the infield right now? Is that what's going on? Is Jake even here? I mean, sure. Well, I'll worry about it later. Just make sure I got everything uploaded properly tonight. Fly ball into right field. 1 up, 1 down. As Vander Zouwen makes the catch to retire Teddy Chisholm, and Chisholm is now 1 for 3. All right. Here's Jake Okamoto, the Black Sox catcher. 1 out single in the 4th, and eventually came around to score the Black Sox 3rd run, which currently stands as the game-winning run. Heads. 0-2. Matt Moore due up next. If anyone gets on, Ben Youkilis. And that drifted outside for a ball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Two up, two down. Nate Hartley in the first 2 he faces. So 3 2/3 by Jeremy Pineda and 1 1/3 by Pat McGowan. 3 1/3 by Pineda, 1 2/3 by McGowan. And now Morin is behind 0-1. In the bottom of the top of the 7th, it's Jimenez, Leonard, and Walsh due up for the Blue Sox to try and prolong this game. A swing and a miss by Morin, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Puts him behind 0-2. Hartley delivers on the outside corner, strike 3 call, and the side is retired. Easy peasy, 1-2-3-zy for Hartley there. Now can the Blue Sox capitalize on that momentum and pick up at least 1 here to try and prolong this game? As we go to the top of the 7th, closing time for the Black Sox, 3-2. All right, top of the 7th, Anderson Jimenez to lead things off. He's now at second base. He's 1 for 2, a little pop-up, and he flies out to his opposite number here. Not a great start here. The Blue Sox now down to their final 2 outs of this ball game. So Jimenez, 1 for 3, singled his first time out, then came around to score the Blue Sox first run, in fact, the game's first run, on a wild pitch. Line turns over. Ben Leonard takes down and away for ball 1. Leonard, 1 for 2, double and a run scored his last time up. And after a fly out to right to begin the ball game and a walk to load the bases with nobody out in the 3rd. Strike, 1-1. Leonard and Charlie Walsh. Anyone gets on Nick Anderson. Jake Sawatsky was in the game at 3rd. He's in Dylan Walsh's spot in the lineup after Brendan Smith pinch hit for him. The count is now 1-2. Leonard trying to prolong his at-bat. The Blue Sox trying to prolong this game. Tried to bend the curveball back to the outside corner. Did Riolis, but to no avail. And the count is 2-2. Working quickly here is Riolis. 3-2. Charlie Walsh due up next. 3-2. Grounder to the right side at second base. On to first. 2 down. It was a shaky start defensively over there at second for the Black Sox second baseman, Cachopa, but tightened things up as the game has progressed, and here is Charlie Walsh as the last chance for the Blue Sox. Circle of life as far as baseball is concerned, right? And Charlie went around there. It is 0-1. Win would extend the Black Sox lead on first place in the Yawkey League. They're actually percentage points behind, not in first place, but by points total. They are in first. Blue Sox loss here would send them to 6-3-1, and they are 1 strike away from being at that point. Have to dust themselves off and get back in the game quickly tomorrow night for a home game at LHS, as there is strike 3 called and the ball game is over. 3-2 is your final. The time of the game, 1 hour and 42 minutes. The winning pitcher is Christian Quigley, his first win of the season. Yemer Pineda takes the L. The save goes to Nick Riolis. Your player of the game, I mean, aside from the pitching combination of Quigley and Riolis, Justine Makasimu, walk, hit by pitch, scored the go-ahead run in the third, and then drove in the game-winning run for the Black Sox with that sac fly in the fourth. And, of course, his phenomenal defense at the hot corner, including some clutch plays in the fourth and fifth innings to snuff out some potential Blue Sox rallies and keep the Black Sox in the lead. So the Black Sox improved to 8-5-1. They remain in first place in the Yawkey. The Blue Sox are 6-3-1. They're still 13 points. Currently still in the Intercity, pending the result of the rest of tonight's games. And tomorrow night back at LHS to wrap up the weekend. In fact, the month of June, they will host the Palmer Club of the Boston Park League. First pitch, 8 o'clock. You can join us here for that game on this here YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League all year long by going to intercityleaguebaseball.com and finding us on Facebook, the Gram, and the Burb app. The book, The Gram, and the Burb. It's the worst C.S. Lewis novel ever written. Once again, thanks for watching this presentation for Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Your final score from Stein Diamond on the campus of Brandeis University in Waltham, Mass. is the Brighton Black Sox 3 and the Lexington Blue Sox 2. For all my rowdy friends here at Brandeis, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.